I think one of the most fun things that you can do as an artist is starting a new sketchbook. But at the same time, that can also feel a bit scary because the first page or cover suddenly feels like it has to be perfect. So when arrtx sent me these acrylic markers, I thought instead of being precious about my sketchbook, why not use them to completely transform the covers and just experiment with them. And I will be 100% honest about how I feel about them. So in this video, I'm going to design 2 different sketchbook cover ideas, and I'm also going to try it to spread because of course we need to try the markers too on paper. So stay until the end to see how they actually perform. The markers that I received are the arrtx liquid ink markers in the 60 color set, which already gives you a big range of colors that you can experiment with. One of the first things that I noticed when I opened the box is how many colors you actually get. 60 colors is actually quite a lot. So you really get that flexibility because there are warm tones, cool tones, you have some pastel colors, also some really dark ones, which makes it really easy to just experiment with different drawings. They also have this system that's like a direct ink system, which makes the ink go directly out of the marker. So this gives you a really nice flow because you don't need to press onto the page for the ink to come out. Just be aware when you're doing a arching technique. I love to do this, but sometimes my lines were a bit thicker than I would like, so definitely be a bit gentle. But then of course, since with acrylic markers you can easily layer and you can just put another color on top of it and try out your line again if you're not pleased with your thickness. For the packaging itself, it's also really nice. The markers come inside the box and you can store them horizontally. There are like 4 layers, each filled with markers. And if I'm being honest, I slightly prefer when markers are stored vertically because then you just can easily look at the color that you want. And for me, after working with the markers for a while, I kind of just messed up a bit the color order of my markers and now it's a bit all over the place. Well, if it's stored vertically, then I just find it easier. But then again, maybe it also depends on kind of markers that you have. Maybe it's better to store them horizontally. It's just something that I would find easier to grab on. But still, I love the packaging because it looks really cute and it also matches a bit with the aesthetic of a previous marker set that I got too from arrtx. Make them with the cap on to mix the ink properly. Helps just to ensure that the paint flows smoothly and that the color stays even. So now that I've talked about the markers themselves, now let's try them out. So the first thing that I did was I made a sketchbook cover. So this was actually the first time that I've decorated a sketchbook cover. I actually never used to do this. I would just start in my sketchbook. Now that I've got more into the art community, I saw that a lot of people actually decorate their sketchbook. So I really wanted to try this out too. And I feel like acrylic markers are the perfect medium to actually try this out. Perfectly layer with them and your product just won't come out. So for this sketchbook cover, I wanted to design something playful, something that would make me smile when I picked my sketchbook up. So I decided to make this fun picnic page and just with some doodles on it too. Before starting on my sketchbook, I always like to get kind of an idea of what I want to do. I mean, it's always between 2 things, or I will just get straight into drawing and just not really plan anything, or I will actually plan it out pretty well. So now for this, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make a little sketch and plan that out. It also helps me a bit with like the visual composition for actually committing to it. So because I already started drawing on my sketchbook, of course there is a little hole on the sketchbook as well, so it peeks through. I thought to make that a bit more interactive, so I decided to draw a frame around my existing drawing so that it was almost like a border around the page. So one of the first things I tried was using the white marker so that I just could create the base structure of my design. I drew several rectangles across the cover, almost like frames or tile, and my idea was that each rectangle would contain a small doodle related to a picnic. And I decided to start with a white marker so that I just could have a base layer, even though I do think that the color colors are opaque enough to draw directly with the color, I think it's just nice to go first in with a white marker because it can help you map out. And once the layout was done, I started filling the frames with color. I used like a yellow color for the border frame around my drawing, and I added pinkish lines behind the white rectangle. Then I started filling each little square with doodles, and I just really did not plan for this for the doodle. So this could be swirls, you could do little stiplets, zigzag lines, just do what feels right for you. The objects that I drew were a strawberry, croissant, an egg. Would add a bit to the vibe of the picnic and just use the color that you directly want. And that makes the whole process honestly very relaxing and also really playful. That is exactly the feeling that I wanted with this cover, because your sketchbook doesn't need to be this perfect masterpiece. It's just your space to experiment and to play and honestly truly enjoy drawing. And if I've helped you out so far, make sure you like this video and also subscribe to get back into drawing. Now on to sketchbook cover number 2. I did want to go a bit more the artistic route and also a bit more expressive. So instead of doing these small little doodles, I actually wanted to create one illustration for the full cover of the sketch. So I started again with a white marker and I sketched out the shape of the butterfly. And I also thought that it would be nice to write out the word sketchbook on the cover, just to give it more of a personal touch, because I did see a lot of people write things too on their sketchbook. I thought it would be a fun little detail. And at first the sketchbook did look a bit empty to me, so I started adding small decorative details, for example leaves, around the butterfly. So once the overall structure of the cover was done, I started adding in the detail, and this part was very spontaneous to me because I didn't think upfront of which colors exactly I wanted to use for the butterfly, just because I wanted it to be very intuitive. So I started with a very light tones, like a very light pink for the butterfly wings, and then for the letters I used like a light yellowish color. So I added this bright orange and some darker pink and even some blue detail. And one of my favorite techniques I use acrylic markers is actually hatching, and that's also what I discovered a bit while trying this out. And it's just basically a technique where you just use small strokes instead of filling areas complete. I also made a video about arching. It is with a ballpoint, but the overall idea of arching is explained in that video, so you guys can definitely check that video out. So instead of making flat color block, I created texture using many small strokes, and this adds a bit more move and also dimension to your drawing. For me, the result of the butterfly reminded me a bit of a colorful summer aesthetic. The colors are very bright and warm, and the butterfly itself felt like a simple symbol that represents creativity and also transformation. And in a way, I also like that the cover represents a bit the person that is using it. Because for me, the summertime is honestly my favorite season, and also the colors just are really something that represents me. Definitely loved everything about it. So after finishing the cover ideas, I also wanted to try out how the markers behave on normal paper. So I created this small spread inside of the sketchbook. So for the orchid, first started out with a blue outline so that I had an idea of what I wanted. So I used that instead of black because I feel like sometimes using colored outlines can make a drawing feel more soft and also a bit more interesting. Since I already knew that I wanted a pinkish orchid, I used a pink base at the outers of the petal. And then I just started building up the color with green, light blue, deeper pink shade, and to create more variation in the petals. And to define it more, I also added a bit more darker tones to really give that contrast. And finally, I added a light pink background behind the flower to make it really stand out. Of course, I had to complete the spread, so here I drew a small bird. I always like to start with a light pencil sketch just to figure out the shapes before starting with a marker. Something that's very convenient with the acrylic markers is how opaque it is, of course, but you also don't see your sketched lines of your pencil. So this is great because you can just sketch out everything that you want, and when you go over it, you just won't see it anymore. So if you like sketching with a pencil first, then this is perfect for you. So for the bird, I started with a soft pink tone because I wanted wanted to match the drawing to the orchid on the opposite page. Then I added a bit of green tones to the head, also blue lines for the feather. And instead of coloring the feature using flat shape, I use small strokes to create more texture. This technique can help create more depth and also movement in a drawing. And little by little the bird's starting to get its shape. For the background, I decided to add a green color to fill in the page. And looking back, I don't know if green was the exact color that I wanted for this page, but I do like the contrast that it creates with the bird. Since the left page already had a background color, though the left side I have like this little mark around the orchid, I felt like with the bird I just had to color in the page completely. It just didn't feel so right for me. Even after coloring it, it still felt a bit empty to me, so I started to add these little branches and also leaves to make the composition feel a bit more complete. And I also got a bit of an inspiration of a drawing that I made in art school. It's actually this one. I don't know, it gave me a bit of the same vibe, although this one was made with alcohol marker. I still got the same vibe, I think also because it was a bird too. So after testing the acrylic markers on different surfaces like sketchbook covers but also on paper, I can honestly say that it was really fun to experiment with. Especially enjoyed the opaqueness and also the thickness of the medium and how easy it honestly was to layer everything. And even if you like mess up, you can just easily fix that. It felt honestly very beginner friendly to me. At the same time, this can give you enough control to create more detailed drawings too. And I'm definitely curious to experiment with them in the future as well. Maybe on different surfaces, or it could be bigger illustration, maybe even testing out different techniques. If you want to see more videos where I experiment with art materials like these ones or even different ones, there is a specific art supply that you want me to test, definitely let me know in the comments below. And if you're currently looking for some sketchbook spread ideas to actually fill in your sketchbook, then I made a video where I shared some drawing prompts and some ideas that you can try out anytime. If you're not ready to stop drawing yet, you can watch that video next. Fill out some more pages today. Happy sketching!